Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie, of course. This is the week 32, August the 8th through August the 14th weekly wrap up. Okay, so started off the week getting kiddo, throwing my days all off because we ended up picking him up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and it was super early and everything like that. Then went through the week on a weird schedule and things like that because it was like, what day is it? All because of that whole early morning thing, because we didn't really get to bed until like 2 o'clock in the morning. Then we ended up getting up at 8 and he ended up sleeping all day and just all thrown off completely. And then we ended the week by having my birthday. My birthday was yesterday, yes. As you can see, I got some cute new hair. Super excited about that. I think it's real cute. Got some other styles that I really enjoy and like, and things like that. Then I also got some book mail. So let's jump into that right now. Oh, darn. I did not bring any scissors over. Oh, this is going to be bad. Okay, let's see. Ugh. Let's get this first one open. If I can, it's so hard. Packaging sucks. Ooh. I got a copy of The Rose by Tiffany Reisz in package number 1. And then in package number 2, I got a copy of The Pearl, which is book number 3 in this series. I got a copy of The Book of Paul by Lola Joy, which is book number 2 in DC Rebound series. I got a copy of Perfect Mess by Fabiola Francisco. This book just recently released, and you guys are going to be hearing about it in this review, so super excited about that. Then I got a copy of The Red by Tiffany Reisz, and can we talk about how stunning this cover is? Wow. So awesome. So awesome. Oh my goodness. I loved this series, and it starts with this one. I believe this is the first one. Yeah, because I think it's the red, the pearl, nope. Red, the rose, then the pearl is how that series goes. And then I also got a copy of Mercedes by Lola Joy. And this is book number 1 in the DC series. So yeah, super excited for all of that. Yay. More books to add to my collection. Now, let's get into the books that I did read last week. And to start it off, I read Hot Air, The Royals number 3 by Pippa Grant. Placing this into rom-com, give it 4 stars, give it 2.5 Steam fans, listen to it as an audiobook, and had it as a KU book because I wanted to follow along and make sure that I got my page count and time count on my Kindle. That's keep my days going. So I had it all going in both places. This is a TikTok author that I found, although this is not her primary place. She's hilarious over on TikTok. I think you should go check her out. So this story is about Victor and Peach. Victor is the bodyguard to one of the kings or princes from Pippa's other books. Come to find out, like I said, this is book number 3, and I did not know that until I got into it and was like, who are these extra characters that they're talking about? And then I went and looked up on Goodreads, and it was like, okay, this is the 3rd book. I overall enjoyed the story. I wish I had known that this was book number 3 and would have had the backstories of some of the other characters that were involved within this story beforehand. But that's okay. It was still super funny, super quirky, and a fun little read, and is going to definitely make me want to read some of the other books within the series as well as from Pippa Grant. The next book that I finished was Refine Cadence by Angela K. Parker, placing this into contemporary. Give it 4.25 stars. Give it 3 Steam fans. Had this as an ebook. And this is a Black author. This follows Luke, who is the drummer in a band, and they are at home. He ends up meeting back up with Rose, who is the best friend of a character that we met in the first book for this series. I don't know what the series is called or if it's being called a series, but he's the band member of our lead singer from the first book, and she is the best friend of our reporter and a reporter herself. So we have that whole dynamic. They were friends, or there was some secret crushing going on back when they were in high school, back before they knew each other. So it's almost like a second chance love story. Just timing wasn't good for them in the beginning, and or when they were younger, or they didn't know each other type thing. Crushing going on. And then now that they're older, it's a second chance for them to sort of get their feelings out there, and I was here for it. I was like, yes, definitely like this. Next book that I read was Caught by Emma Louise. Places in romantic suspense / women's fiction. I'll explain that in a second. Give this book 3 stars. 3 stars maybe. Give it 3 Steam fans. Had it as an arc. It's part of the Salvation Society. It has been released already, and there are content warnings for domestic violence or just domestic abuse, hiding, running away. What else? I think that's it. The connection is Mark, Natalie, and Liam, and there were a couple things that I had issues with this story. For one, the author ended up changing the last name of Liam and Natalie, so it felt like these weren't Corinne's characters, and I was just like, that's not supposed to be their last name. And as a matter of fact, Darcy, our single mom, she ends up running away, getting away from an abusive relationship, and she starts to take on, is this the one where I think she took on a job at at a different security place. Sorry, I'm reading my notes here. Yeah, and then Max is our main male character. He doesn't show up until like 50% in, and it didn't feel like it was a Salvation Society book. I'm sorry. Nothing irks me more than a book that doesn't feel like it has connection, like a real connection with the Salvation Society. I'm finding we're on our 11th. This was part of the 11th collection that has been dropped. So we've now had, the other ones were 5. So we have 53 books now in the society. And yes, I know that they can't all revolve around our 5, 6, 7 couples that we have in the Salvation series, but some of the authors and some of the books just aren't giving me the connection that I am looking for when it comes to society. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that. And like I said, it's more of a women's fiction because for most of the book, it's about Darcy, our single mom, getting out of that abusive relationship and, the mystery behind all of it and stuff like that. And I was just like, it just wasn't working for me. And then the fact that she's not working at Cole Security, she's working at somewhere else, at a different security firm that is like Cole Security but isn't Cole Security. And I'm just like, you couldn't have found her a job and a one namer from or made up another guy that worked at Cole Security. No, you had to start your own security firm that was different than Cole So many problems with it. The next book that I finished was My Vegas Groom, which is The Green Family #3 by Pippa Rayne. Places in contemporary. give it 4.25 stars, give it 3 Steam fans, listen to it as an audiobook. And this is a Vegas wedding story. Yes, it was hinted to at the end of the last story for the Green family, and I was here for it. We have Nikki, who is the oldest Green daughter of the blended family, Green family, and she has a lot of issues. She has a lot of trust issues and things like that because of the things that her dad has put her through. So she has trust issues. Then we have Logan, who is an MMA fighter. No, yes, MMA fighter. And one drunken night while they're in Vegas, they ended up getting married. And to prevent sort of a huge fallout from the wrestling and publicity world, they end up staying married. He ends up following her to Alaska and really wants to get to know her because him and his mother really trust in the fates and this is how it's supposed to be and things like that. So yeah, I was here for this story. Loved it. Loved it. I don't know if they hinted to who the next book is supposed to be about or if the next book has been released or not, but either way, I am so excited about the Green family, period, because I kind of like them. I really, really like them. Then the final book that I read last week was Perfect Mess, which is Mason's Creek, number 10 by Fabiola Francisco. Like I said, this book right here, had to get my own copy of it. And placing this in contemporary, I had this as an ARC as well. Like I said, it just recently released. Gave it 4.25 stars. Gave it 3 Steam fans. Had it as an ARC. It has been released. You can go out and read it. It is part of the Mason's Creek series of the small town, written by a whole bunch of different authors. And in this one, we have Haley and Wilder. Haley comes to town to help her uncle who has been injured, and her and Wilder's first meeting is after Haley ends up hitting a rabbit and her uncle is a butcher. Yeah, so we have that whole dynamic going on, and Wilder is a farmer and rancher. He deals with cattle and things like that, and yeah, he kind of gives Haley a hard time in the beginning, but then by the end of the story, you know, they figure out it's kind of late, guys. They figure out that they knew each other when she would visit because her mother's from the town and the gossips get involved and all kinds of things. It was good. It was small town. It was sweet. It was sexy, and I was here for it. And I'm looking forward to reading about some of the other people in Mason's Creek. So, what am I currently reading? I am currently reading, I'll be starting Buck Wild by Lauren Landish, which is our Patreon buddy read this week. I will also be reading Craved by the Dragon by Donovan and Guarded, which is by DC Renee. And it's the last book that I have from the latest collection of Salvation Society books. So there is that. Those are the 3 books that I'll be reading. Thank you all for those that either posted on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook for Facebook friends, saying happy birthday to me, which was yesterday, no, not yesterday, because this is probably going to go out on Monday, but on Saturday, my birthday. And, you know, thank you for all of the interaction. I felt the love oh so much, and you guys are amazing. So that is all. This week I have more doctor's appointments. So starting that off with the week, and then in 2 weeks, kiddo goes back to school. Oh my gosh. This is his last week of summer, and then we're going to be back on a school schedule. So that should be very, very interesting. Not this Friday, but the following Friday is when we'll have our buddy Zoom meeting. So I will be putting that stuff together. I'm still thinking about doing the afternoon time frame that you guys really kind of want. I look forward to that. But like I said, I might have some things that I need to move around. First week back to school for him, for kiddo, and hubby has a bit of a doctor's appointment that day that I may have to deal with, and we'll just keep our fingers crossed that what's going on with my eye isn't a bad day, because what the doctor has pretty much diagnosed me with can come and go. And it really depends on how much I use my eye, how stressed I am, and things like that. So hopefully that first week of school does not stress me out too much and my eye is okay and we won't have any issues. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for continually support me, and I will see you in another video.